SuperDave here with another SuperDave review. This is a SuperDave special review. SuperDave here with a SuperDave special review. We're going to be looking at a Storm Collectibles special figure, one of those obscure figures that I knew nothing about, but I just thought he looked like a really cool action figure. That's right, Gotchaman. We're going to take a look at Gotchaman, and it's a big package. He comes packed, looks like, with a lot of awesome accessories. There's a look at his animation, which he had about 4 or 5 incarnations of this guy from Japan all the way to the States in different variations. He was originally known in his alter ego before he was Gotchaman as Ken Washio or Washio. He was also named Mark in another series, and then the American Western version was Ace Goodheart when it was G-Force, and then eventually Hunter Harris as in the Eagle Riders. But he was also known originally, of course, as Ken Washio or G-1, the big G on their belt buckle, and then Ken the Eagle. And that's what we're going to go with, Ken, for this part. I also like Ace Goodheart. Personally, I think that's pretty cool name, but we'll go with Ken because that goes back to the original, and that's what's on the box, as you can see. G1, Ken the Eagle. And there it is, I guess, in Japan or Japanese. There he is in his animated form there, looking really cool. Check out all the neat poses and accessories that he can achieve and get into. Just really awesome looking figure. I'm not sure exactly why I like this figure so good. Maybe it's because he just has that 90s vibe, 80s. Well, actually he was originally casted and created in the 70s, but you know, just has that cool vibe, almost a Superman. You know, I don't know, there's just a lot of neat things about this guy as far as his look and appeal. So let's go ahead and break open this box. It just has some Japanese characters on the top and some more on the bottom. So we've taken a look at it. Let's go ahead and break it open and check out Gotchaman. All right, so we are coming into this space station with some other space type action figures going on in here, and we're gonna take a look first of all at our Gotchaman's accessories. First, taking a look at Gotchaman's 6 set of hands. He comes with a set of pointer finger hands, also weapon holding hands. He comes with a set of gesturing hands, as well as some open palm hands, fingers spread apart, pretty good there. He also comes with a set of balled up fisted hands that come equipped. And then his 6th set of hands are that specially designed shape to hold his weapon, I do believe, which that is a look at that small little weapon type device that he comes with. It can be holstered, and I'm assuming that's the same device just with the wings spread out. So it must be some kind of remote weapon that can, you know, fly forward. But that is cool. He also comes with 2 head sculpts. The first head sculpt is a plain kind of just main, you know, neutral look. Those blue eyes and his brown swept to the side hair. Looks good with the helmet. Both helmets come with a visor as well. But then his second head sculpt is also helmeted, but it has a angry looking, just slightly open mouth to see the teeth type head with a different expression. Hair is pretty much the same. And so we'll take a closer look at those with the visors equipped. Then he comes with 3 capes. You see the one that he has on, which is kind of like the bird wing type cape folded in, and then a real spread out type cape that's spread way out, and then one that's flashed backwards. And they all have a red interior lining with the blue around the neck area, as you can tell there. So that is really neat, all these accessories that he comes decked out with. So now let's take a closer look at Gotchaman, at Ken G1 here, and see his articulation. For the purpose of taking a look at our Gotchaman's articulation, I've removed all the capes. He doesn't have any capes on right this moment so that you can see him more clearly. and the movements more clearly. His head's going to be able to go back just about as far as you're going to ever need it, because there's that neck joint that goes down inside here, the T in this soft rubber chest like we're used to with our Storm Collectibles. Same with looking down. He's going to be able to look down all the way. He's going to get excellent pivot capabilities, looking side to side. Any way that he wants to go, you're going to be able to look with this fella because of that style neck that we get from Storm Collectibles. Again, there is the visor. You see that it just kind of pegs with those 3 clips, just pegs directly in there, so it distorts the face a little bit just looking through the plastic, as you can tell, but it, you know, does the job. He's got butterfly joints, as you can see, so it goes back about that far, goes forward about that far, and he does have bicep swivel, as you can see there. He has double jointed elbows, which only get just slightly more than 90 degrees. It kind of is stuck right there once it gets to the bicep area. He has the ability to swivel completely around and go whichever direction your peg is facing, so you can do vertical or horizontal hinges with that particular style pegged hand. Didn't go over this, so you can go better than T-pose, go up real high there, and so full 360, full turn on the shoulders. So looking good. Same on this side. You can see I equip a different style of hand over here, because you can see his little weapon here that is holstered, kind of plugs right on in there, and you can of course pull that right on out of the holster. And then this hand that I was mentioning earlier is equipped for you to be able to slide this little device perfectly into that hand for him to hold. So it's designed to hold that, the version that is folded up looking anyway. So you can see that fits perfect there. So the arms have good articulation. It kind of looks like at first that it would go down in there this way, so that you could put more of it in, being that it comes to a point, but looking at the box it shows it going in this way. So it does stick out a little further than desired, and further than what the box displays. This holster is a little too short on this. So anyway, that's just a situation. That's the situation with this guy. But he will bend forward all the way. I mean, you're going to see how you're going to begin to see, you know, the backing, the gap there. But he could definitely do it. And then you're going to also be able to bend him after you get that unpinched there, because you're going to definitely have some, you know, possibility of pinching. If I can get that out. That's a typical thing with Storm Collectibles. He's going to be able to bend back a really good amount without showing some of the gappage there. So that's really good. So you're just going to have to watch it when he's going forward rather. And then of course he also has the added ability of the waist that can go forward as well. And then he can turn side to side at the waist. And I believe, yeah, you could turn it a little bit there, but he's going to be able to get side to side motion like that, and everything's real tight, but he is able to go side to side. And you're just going to have to adjust again with that soft rubber. You're just going to have to adjust everything as it moves in that T joint that's behind the scenes of these bodies. But there you go. All right, going on to the legs, he's going to be able to go about that far, almost full splits, pretty much full splits, and that's really good. You have to kind of watch this diaper piece here, because it will kind of climb up, and when I was trying to pull mine down, the G came off, so I had to glue that back on. It's just pegged in to that belt with a little bit of glue, but it is a piece attached to the diaper part, or the pelvic type girdle part here. So you just have to maneuver that the way you want it, but you will get some thigh rotation there. As you can see, it's tight, but it's there. He's going to be able to kick up a really good amount. He'll be able to kick back a really good amount. He has double jointed knees, which go about that far. His feet are going to go full tiptoes, as well as go up about that far, not quite as far as he can go back. Has rockers, no peg hole, of course. Storm's Collectibles don't do that, but they do give us a toe hinge on the front, so that's cool. And that is the articulation of this guy. It's typical Storm Collectible articulation, which is going to go really well, especially with flight poses, which we will see with the cape here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and do some of that right now. Check out the 3 capes. We saw him earlier with that relaxed, folded down around him cape. So let's go ahead and look at this one, which is really kind of cool. It swishes back. You can see it swishes backwards, and these are rubber, so they're not cloth. They don't have wires in them. I almost would have preferred that, I think. But then again, being that these are animated in reference to like the animation style form that he would take, I guess, you know, it is more accurate to have these 3 large capes in the permanent positions. So you can see that the wrinkles are kind of in there to make it look like, you know, it is cloth, but it is hard rubber. And you have, I mean, it is bendable, but it is not going to pose, but it's pretty stiff, pretty hard. But it has the red lining, as you can see. And it really doesn't hinder the articulation of the neck too much because, like I said, the soft goods part here, the cape will pretty much move along with it, so you can get the head to go up the flight poses or to go down. It's just going to take the cape with it, as you can see there. So you're going to be able to get some really cool dynamic poses, make it look like the cape is swooshing back and getting out of his way. It's looking really cool there. And here we have the largest of the capes. Boy, this one's really spread out. And if you've got him looking down, you're going to be able to pretty much do almost like kind of like you're hovering, or maybe even like a parachute type landing coming down. Or you can look up and have more of your flying style pose. He's being able to take off, going up and away there. So you can see how awesome that looks. He's going to be able to utilize that as a flying type cape or a hovering, you know, going down cape kind of thing. Either one will work great. And you can see that I also equipped the little bit of an angry open mouth style type headpiece, which is hard to tell with the visor, but the helmet is pretty cool, and it's all supposed to be in, you know, conjunction with looking like an eagle. So really neat looking action figure all the way around. Really cool ability to just pose him in dynamic ways. So I think he's going to be neat. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some comparisons. And here's our Gotchaman Ken with our new Adventures He-Man. And they look good. I think Gotchaman's just a hair taller, but they would still work great together. And here's our Gotchaman next to our Raymond Toys Silverhawk with Tallyhawk, Quicksilver, and he is looking really cool with the, like I said, the Raymond Toy version until we can get our Super 7 one with metallic paint, which should be coming out next year. That was cool that we saw at San Diego Comic-Con. I have the plain dull gray one, which I've reviewed, but just not the same without the metallic paint. This is my favorite Tallyhawk and Quicksilver figure here, and looks really good with Gotchaman. And here's Gotchaman next to Bluegrass and Steel Wheel by Super 7. Again, some more Silverhawk figures, and I really like these. They look good, and I think they look great with our Gotchaman as well. Cool. And here's Gotchaman next to a McFarlane Superboy. Love that Superboy character, and this Gotchaman, they're about the exact same height, really, you know, other than a little bit taller, maybe because of the helmet on Gotchaman. And here he is next to our Revoltech Superman, and he's definitely taller than these Revoltech characters. So yes, he towers over Superman quite a bit here in height. but not in bulk. I mean, this is a fairly slender Storm Collectible figure compared to many Storm Collectibles. Most time they're pretty massive and big and bulky, which he definitely has some good muscle tone. You can see his abs and his bicep, his triceps. Not much in the area of legs, that much, but and his chest could have been on a little bit more on the thicker side, I think, even with this build. But overall, really good looking character, and you can see how he looks beside this Revoltech Superman. And you can see that Gotchaman is pretty much towering over the Marvel Legends characters. Here's a taller Marvel Legends character over here, and then more the normal shorter size over here, and he's taller than both of those. And here's our Gotchaman next to our Robotech Roy Fokker. So our Gotchaman looks really good next to him as well. I went on and snapped his helmet on so you could see him there. Two figures both wearing their helmets. Now that's one of the things that I would have liked to have seen Gotchaman come with, is an unhelmeted head. Not sure that I ever saw that in the cartoon, just some of the clips I've seen, but it would have still been neat to have had a head without the helmet. That would have been cool. Alright, thank you so much for joining us for this Super Dave special review, taking a look at this Gotchaman by Storm Collectible. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and then also comment if you'd like to say something or share something or ask a question. Also, subscribe if you've not done so. It helps us out a lot. We're over 2,000 now. It's been a good year, and we're looking forward to growing even more with your help. Get notified when we do more videos. We've got some Super Dave reviews coming out with some G.I. Joe Play Days, Cobra the Enemy, so some cool things coming down the pike. I hope to see you soon. Here's some photos in the photo gallery. Be blessed.